Hello and welcome to or back to the channel, and welcome back to another TEW 2020 experiment video here today, the series where we use TEW to answer those big what-if questions in the history of professional wrestling. And today, we're looking at kind of a topical one because as of release, it is one day past the debut of AEW Collision and the return to AEW of CM Punk. Now, CM Punk's been on a long, winding road since leaving WWE, spending a hell of a lot of time out of wrestling, finally returning to AEW, all that drama that happened, and now returning to AEW again on his own show. Yeah, CM Punk is CM Punk after all. We're going to wind back the clock and ask a big question, looking at what could have happened and what would the world be like now if CM Punk had stayed in WWE? What if he hadn't left in 2014? What if the Royal Rumble was not his final appearance? And so we've wound the clock back to 2014, and we're starting with WrestleMania. Because it feels like it's starting point. He stays past the Rumble. He has the match at WrestleMania that he was apparently going to have with Triple H for an 81, and I put here CM Punk beating Triple H for a 65. It wasn't the best match. But yeah, setting the scene. CM Punk stays with WWE. He defeats Triple H at WrestleMania. Where will he go from here? Will he go straight back to the WWE title? Will he finally get one of those main events he'll be looking for? When we go in the future, 9 years forward to where we are today, will he still be in WWE? There's so many questions to be answered, but it's kind of a two-parter. Because with CM Punk staying in WWE and fighting Triple H at Mania, that means that Daniel Bryan didn't fight Triple H at WrestleMania. And if Daniel Bryan didn't fight Triple H at WrestleMania, Daniel Bryan doesn't get added to the main event, so the main event stays as it was, Randy Orton versus Batista, with Batista, oh my Jesus, coming out on top with a spine buster and winning the WWE World title. But in this reality, this is a special one, in this reality, Batista strained his bicep hitting a Batista bomb. So, Christ. So a two-parter. So CM Punk stays in WWE, Batista is the new WWE Champion, and YESleMania hasn't happened at all. But what will happen now? Let's find out. We're going to see me like 9 years forward to, I think I'm going to go with Saturday, week 2, June 2023. So pretty much where we are on the AEW Collision debut. And we'll look to answer that all-important question of what if CM Punk stayed with the WWE in 2014. Here we are, Saturday, week 2, July 2023, because I got my dates mixed up between June and July. They're half the same word after all, so, cut me a little break, please. And yeah, Saturday, week 2, July 2023. And, let's have just a look at the main man in question, CM Punk. He is currently unemployed. He's still a wrestler. His popularity has absolutely tanked. God, he's gone down 8 in the last year. He isn't anywhere. Let's have a look what happened. So he left WWE in 2019. Okay. So in June 2016, he breaks up with AJ Lee. Sad. Okay, sad. They never have their wedding in 2014 in this reality. He's too busy focused on being in WWE at that time. He gets injured, a boxer's fracture, 2 months and 2 weeks, June 2018. And then December 2018, so he's recovered from the boxer's fracture, and he starts bullying a young fan on Twitter, which, okay, Phil, yeah. And that fan grew up to be Adam Page. Could have been anyone. And that's week 1, December 2018. And then in Monday, week 1, April 2019. So it's a bit of time passed. It's 4 months, just under. Just before WrestleMania 35 as well. He leaves WWE. No reason given. His contract might have run out. And that's probably it. His contract ran out and they just decided not to renew. Which I could only assume is because his popularity went a lot down from this. Maybe. It's interesting. Let's have a look at his title history. That seems like a good place to start. And 2015s, yeah. So In his extra time in WWE, he won 2 more championships, 2 more WWE Championships. January 2015 to June 2015, so 5 months, 10 defenses, fighting champion CM Punk. And that is a hell of a reign, honestly. He held it through WrestleMania 31, so Brock Lesnar was not the champion this time around, it was CM Punk. And then September 2016 to January 2017. So, what's that, 4 months, 6 defenses, so another decent little reign. So only 2 more titles to his collection, but 2 WWE titles in that main event picture in the, not that, less than a year after we started in WrestleMania 30, he picked up another title. Just over a year after that, he picked up another one. But then, the injuries, leaving WWE, all adding together. Achievement-wise, 2014, he was number 2 in the world. 2015, number 2. 2016, number 3. 2017, number 5. 2018, number 8. He was doing incredible. 2018, he was the 8th best wrestler in the world. But, yeah, then he got accused of bullying. Even with bullying a fan, he was the 8th best wrestler in the world. And then he got let go 4 months after being crowned 8th best wrestler in the world. Released. Which, you have to think it's clashes with management. Which, you know what, very on brand for Phil, honestly. What's his last ever match? Okay, his last ever match in WWE was on SmackDown in March of 2019. He teamed up with Los Matadores to take on Roderick Strong, Johnny Curtis, Fandango, and Sami Zayn, which a hell of a combination. CM Punk with Los Matadores, okay, 76 for Punk. He was doing okay. I don't know what's really gone wrong here. I don't fully know why WWE released him. Honestly, his in-ring performances were okay. I don't imagine his popularity was that bad, but yet he's going down a lot now. He's not doing anything, I guess. So yeah, he's just going down. That was an interesting one. After WWE, he had. I imagine this was like the end of the. What was that tour? That there was like a 500-man tournament, a UK company or something, and they announced CM Punk would be in it, and he was like, "No, I'm not." That happened, but this time he did show up to Independent Wrestling from Boston, his last ever wrestling match as it is, over a year ago, nearly 2 years ago, October 2021. CM Punk, Slick Wagner Brown, and Giant Pharaoh defeated Brody Lee and the Briscoe brothers. And he put on a 54. He was very rusty at this stage in his defense. Big tag team match to bring Phil in. I mean, in the aftermath of WrestleMania 30, look at this. Average rating 88, highest rating 99, 65 matches, 55 wins. After WrestleMania 30, he was killing it. He beat Triple H, went on a tear. One of Batista's first challenges for the WWE title. Lost quite a few title matches this year. Batista had a long reign. He was still holding it in December. But CM Punk lost every time. 1-on-1 he lost. Fatal 4-way with Bray Wyatt and Sheamus, he lost. 1-on-1 he lost. Triple threat with Brock Lesnar in there, he lost. Fatal 4-way with Ziggler and Ambrose in a cage, he lost. 1-on-1, he lost. Into 2015 though, so, he's fighting about 60 to 50 matches a year. Average rating of 91, highest rating of 99. God, he kills it in ring, doesn't he? He finally does it. On Raw in January, CM Punk defeats Batista to win the WWE Championship at last. Batista had a long reign, 9 months. 8-9 months. Long-ass reign for Big Dave. Lost it to Big Phil. And CM Punk held it through. He beat Ziggler, Orton, Kofi, Triple H and Elimination Chambers, Punk versus Kofi, Triple H and Batista, banger. WrestleMania 31, the main event. It's not Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar anymore. The main event of WrestleMania 31 is CM Punk versus Daniel Bryan for the WWE title. So YESleMania doesn't happen at WrestleMania 30, but it comes through at WrestleMania 31. Daniel Bryan comes up short, CM Punk defeating him, but that's a match for the fans. The fans getting 2 of their faves. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, 1-on-1, the main event of WrestleMania. It might be. I need to check if it was actually the main event. He eventually lost it to Kofi, which comes with a story in itself, I guess. CM Punk and Kofi, old friends, old tag team champions, even. Pretty sure. Yeah. And so, that's actually that's a beautiful moment, honestly, that Kofi's first world title comes beating his former ally, former partner. They put on a 99 as well. Kofi, they're both getting 86s, but yeah, that chemistry showing. CM Punk eventually wins it back. He beats Daniel Bryan for it, holds it through, and eventually he loses it to Dolph Ziggler this time. As 2018, was this the year he left? 2019 was. I don't know what went wrong. I genuinely don't. 2018, he's killing it. Killing it. But then the pop loss happens. He's putting in 70s. He gets dropped down the card. 2019 hits, and he's teaming up with Los Matadores. And he's lost all 6 matches, and he's let go. Went wrong for Phil. It really went wrong for Phil here. I don't know what happened. I mean, if I could have a little bit of a look in here, he still hates Triple H. That probably played a part. I mean, yeah, strong friendship with Kofi Kingston. Playing a part. He speaks a lot of languages. Strong friendship with Kofi Kingston and Daniel Bryan. So in his championship reigns, getting to go with these guys that he has these very close bonds with, like Daniel, like Kofi. It is lovely to see. Away from that, I do want to have a look at WWE right now. Xavier Woods, one of the big stars. That's nice. I want to have a look at Daniel Bryan. Danny Burch is really high on this list. Is Daniel Bryan in the company anymore? AEW has opened now. Daniel Bryan is over in Impact. Okay. He did eventually win the WWE title in April 2016. WrestleMania 32. So we had to wait 2 more years till YESleMania fully hit. But he did get it over the line at WrestleMania 32 and had a nice little reign there. As, I mean, I would be interested, did Phil actually get the main event? Because that's a big one, isn't it? 2015, WrestleMania 31. Yeah, the main event. Cena Lesnar. Okay. Yeah, CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, the main event. So getting to main event WrestleMania like he always wanted, with someone he has that strong bond with in Daniel Bryan, giving the fans what they want as well. This big match between 2 guys they love for the WWE title. I mean, it's big. It's just big. And then Daniel Bryan finally gets his YESleMania moment in the main event, WrestleMania 32, against Christian. That's a lovely match for a 99. 98 Christian! My Christ, Christian. Okay. Yeah, Daniel Bryan beating Christian to win the WWE title at WrestleMania 32. YESleMania finally happens. It's a beautiful moment. And then let's have a look around. WrestleMania 33, Ziggler wins the main event. He beats Cody Rhodes, Daniel Bryan, and John Cahill. Davey Richards. That's a lovely WWE name you got there, Davey Richards. WrestleMania 34 is Dolph Ziggler, Randy Orton now instead of Reigns versus Lesnar. Lesnar's still very much on top of the card. I haven't really seen Roman Reigns around here at all. WrestleMania 35 is Roderick Strong defeating Kane in a cage match for it. Okay, Roddy, go off. 36 is Randy Orton defeating Roderick Strong. Roderick Strong's really at the top of the card. I shouldn't have been laughing with CM Punk's last match being with against him, since he's clearly a huge star now. Kane beats Sami Zayn in 2021 in the main event of WrestleMania. I'm sure that would go over really well IRL. Ryback defeats Triple H. I think I found something that would go even less well over. And then WrestleMania 39's main event, instead of being Roman Reigns Cody, is now Eric Hill, Mystery Man, beating Randy Orton. Eric Hill, a new gen. Good for a new gen. A big push for a new gen. Go off, King. As yeah, I mean, title-wise, I'm intrigued. What's the history here of the WWE World title? So, let's go back to Daniel. Batista beats Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Loses it to CM Punk, loses it to Kofi, loses it to Christian, to Bryan, to Punk, Ziggler, Lesnar, Ziggler. So Ziggler going to beat Lesnar, big for him. Loses it to Kane though. Roderick Strong, Lesnar, Roderick Strong. Strong gets to beat Lesnar too, big moment for him. Orton, Christian, reigniting that fun feud. Sami Zayn, big moment, lost it to Kane. Lost it to CJ Parker, lost it to Triple H, lost it to Ryback, lost it to Kane. Lost it to Eric Hill. Eric Hill putting an end to the reign of terror that was the last 3 champions being Triple H, Ryback, and Kane. Another big question, I guess, actually, is AEW. They've opened. And it's not going so well for them, looking at their roster. AEW... There were AEW World titles called the AEW Big Gold Belt. Adam Cole was the inaugural champ. Okay. Vacant. I assume he left for WWE. Rob Terry. Huge. Vacant. Low-key. Okay, beat Casey McKnight for it. Then Jay Bradley, Sugar Dunkerton. Are we sure these are real names? These sound made up, guys. I know these are real people. come on, Fire Ant is the current AEW Big Gold Belt champion. Who is Fire Ant? Fire Ant's someone I know. I'm pretty sure. It's his first title, so good for Fire Ant. I assume Adam Cole left for WWE. Adam Cole. No, he left for Dragon Gate USA. Dragon Gate, there you go, USA. Which, US okay. Shane McMahon's in charge now, if you're curious. John Cena is still the face of the WWE, but he didn't get a lick in the world title picture we were looking at. Big John is stuck at 15. Which, I say stuck at like that's bad. 15 is still 15, for Christ's sake. As yes. Overall, what if CM Punk stayed in WWE in 2014? Well, he gets to pick up a few more world titles. He gets to have big moments. He gets to finally main event WrestleMania 31 against Daniel Bryan. Two fan favourites that the fans loved, that the fans have been wanting to see in that main event picture, going at it for so long, finally go at it in the main event of WrestleMania for the WWE title. Huge. And CM Punk's reign eventually ended by Kofi Kingston. Man he won World Tag title with years prior. A good friend of his. So CM Punk getting to have this extra WWE title reign, getting to main event WrestleMania, getting to tie it up with guys that he has these bonds with, his friendships with, that he loves, and getting to put over Kofi. Kofi's first WWE title reign. I mean, that's huge. That's huge. You have to think he would love that. And then in addition, at WrestleMania 32, in this world, it didn't happen at WrestleMania 30. 2 years later at 32, YESleMania does come true. Daniel Bryan winning the WWE Championship against Christian in the main event. CM Punk eventually leaving WWE, even in 2014, without everything that happened. Eventually, it's CM Punk's friction forms, stuff goes on, and he makes his way out of WWE and of wrestling again. He's on the year's breaks. Maybe in 2027, 2028, he'll finally arrive in AEW. Who knows? But, yes. Overall, in this world, a lot of positives, especially in the early years. Those WrestleMania 31, 32 main events. Amazing. Love it. I mean, in the later years, though, yeah. A lot of Kane main eventing WrestleMania. A WWE Championship lineage of Triple H, Ryback, and Kane. And CJ Parker. And CJ Parker, a name... I honestly, I'm forgetting who CJ Parker is. Not CJ Perry. Oh, is CJ Parker's Juice Robinson? Honestly, I did not know that. You know what, Juice? Good for you. Big fan of orange juice, so shout out Juice Robinson. WWE's biggest star, Angel Williams, right up here. Angela in love. Good for her. Yeah. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on this world where CM Punk stays with WWE and YESleMania doesn't happen at WrestleMania 30, but it just kind of gets delayed for 2 years till 32. What do you think? I think there's a lot to like here. I think there's a lot to dislike. I think the early years, very good with CM Punk staying, getting this reign, getting these matches. Daniel Bryan getting to go over at 32 instead. A lot to love here. A lot to not love. AEW seems like a shell of itself. Yeah. And some of the WWE Champion choices are maybe a bit suspect. But a lot to look at. A lot to look at. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I would love to know what you think. Let me know any experiments you would like to see. Going to try and get back into the swing of taking these experiments and the predicts videos. So any superstars you want me to do prediction videos on, see what their future may hold. Any experiments you want to see, let me know all in the comments down below. And let me know what you think of this in the comments down below as well. Whilst you're there, leave a like if you have enjoyed. I hope you have. And subscribe for more. And as always, I just want to say a very special thank you for watching.